Hi, my name's Alistair Parnell. This is the first of my EWI video manuals. I'm hoping to prevent so many people getting rid of their EWIs quite so quickly on eBay. I've been playing an EWI for about 25 years now, and I find that after a concert lots of people are really interested, and some of them inspired to go out and buy one for themselves, but a lot of them are finding it a little bit difficult to get the best out of the EWI. And yes, it does take a little bit of getting used to, and yes, the manual is really terrible, but I think perhaps with a little bit of help from someone that plays an EWI, quite a few more players out there will get a bit further on the EWI and hopefully begin to use it as much as I do in my concerts and performing. So this is the latest model, the EWI 4000S. They're about £600 sterling at the moment, and they have made things pretty straightforward now in terms of setting up and getting going. Hopefully you will have, if you bought one, you'll already find that the batteries are going in the base here. Just unscrew the screw, remove the plate, slide the batteries in, plate back in, screw this panel back on. Then there's a very hopefully obvious on-off switch here, right next to the little hole where you would put your power supply if you're using a power supply. Now when you switch on, you will briefly see the display up here light up, and then it will go straight back off again. Don't be worried, that's how it does it. So as you switch it on, it briefly lights up and turns straight back off again, but it is actually still on. And this being the first video, we're just going to look at basic things like having a decent sling. Make sure the hook on this sling isn't too wide, because that can interfere with your left hand thumb. Your finger's going to go in the same place as usual. 3 pads on each hand. Now there are lots of saxophone and flute and clarinet manuals that will tell you about basic fingering. That's not what I'm going into here at the moment. This is just a basic setup to get you going. Now on the rear here, this is a little bit more difficult. You've got to make sure of 2 things really. The right hand thumb, usually as a saxophone or clarinet player, we would rest on this plate. We don't want to do that. We don't want to rest on this upper plate. In fact, we don't want to make a contact with either of those 2 plates, because it actually changes the pitch. There are 2 solutions. You can either slightly undo these 2 screws, move these very slightly further apart, and then gently tighten them back up again. That means you won't contact them. Or some people put a little piece of electrical tape over the 2 side panels. That stops you getting involved with those contacts when you don't want to. But you have got to put your thumb on the metal plate here. And then on the left hand side, we rest our thumb, the side of our thumb, on the plate here on the left hand side. Again, you have to do that. And then your thumb is going to sit in between 2 rollers to be in an octave. The best thing to do is start off with your thumb in between those 2 gnarled rollers. One final thing, embouchure. On a saxophone, we tend to, classically, roll our bottom lip back over the bottom teeth, and then teeth on the top. That's probably the most standard embouchure anyway for sax and clarinet players. Now on an EWI, I think that's not necessarily the best setup. I tend to use teeth on top and the bottom. And make sure you're fairly well down the mouthpiece. You don't want it sliding in and out of your mouth. And if you just have your lips in contact, the thing moves around too much and you won't get a steady sound. So teeth either side, close your lips around. Slings at a good height, so you're not leaning forward, stretching backwards. You feel that it's comfortable and your balance is good. Switch on, headphones in, and have a go. At least we're getting a sound out of it. Follow the next videos, hopefully, to go a little bit further. Thanks, see you soon.